All right, it is early November, and we took a few days off work. Gonna do a little deer camp vacation. Gonna be bow hunting for a few days. I think we're gonna stay up here about 4 nights. So that's what I'm headed to do right now, is to go to the area and find a spot to set up camp. So we don't have great conditions. It's gonna be relatively hot for this time of year, high in the 80s, low in the 50s. So I'd like for a little bit better weather, but they are cruising and rutting, so we're definitely gonna have an opportunity, hopefully, to get on some deer. It's also a full moon, so that's not great, but we're gonna have fun no matter what. Eat some good food, hang out. I got a couple other buddies in camp. All right, so here's camp. Got the canvas tent set up. Little outdoor shower house, bathroom. Camp cooking area. Grocery ice chest, meat ice chest. Thank you, Dan, for this. Lantern tree. Hooks directed to my burner, which makes things quite nice. It's my new favorite thing. Good to go. Show y'all inside the tent. My cot, we'll put Dad's right in here. Once he gets here, little table, everything. Got the generator. So we'll be staying in comfort this week. You feel a little funny? Are you a little high? I think you're a little... What are you doing? All right, so little explanation of the last 24 hours. As I mentioned earlier, I went up to public, set up camp. My wife called me, said my oldest daughter took a little spill. She was playing with some of the other kids and tripped and squared her head on a concrete patio slab. So we spent last evening at the ER getting stitched up. I didn't think they were going to stitch her, but yeah, they put, I think, 5 stitches in her. But she's all good now. I stayed back this morning and hung out with them and made sure everybody was good to go. So it's midday now, getting on the road. I'm gonna go back. So we lost a couple hunts, but not a big deal. Glad she's all right. So we'll be there and hopefully be in a tree this evening. It's hot. It's like 88 degrees. So as I mentioned, not expecting too much, but it's November. Got to be in a tree. Dad is set up. Sneak out of here. Walking into my spot. It's not terribly far, 1.5 miles or so. Maybe under that. We got kind of a shift in wind, which is going to be interesting. It wants to come out of the south, but I'm getting gust out of the north too, so. small buck over here when I was about 1 or 2 sticks high. And then I had a second buck come in from over here. I probably had him at 22, 23 yards. Pretty sure that one came in because I was making a bunch of ground noise. He probably thought I was seeing if a doe or something was coming through. A lot of times in the rut, little bucks will do that. They'll come in on you. Anytime they hear limbs break or sound like something walking, they'll go check it out. We got about a 3-hour hunt. We'll see. Alright. Went from watching a really good 8-point up there to a small little 4-point or 6-point coming in, and got him at 10 yards. So, we still got that other little buck still over there. Still got 3 days worth of hunting, so we're gonna slide down the tree and go get him before we lose daylight. So what we're gonna do is we just stashed our stand over there. There's another spot I want to hunt in the morning that's about another half-mile down this creek. So that way I can just pack the deer out my pack, and then when I come in the morning I'll snag my stand and carry on. So that works out perfect. Let's go back over to my bow, see if we can find my arrow. I heard him crash, but he covered some ground, so I want to try to find blood. Make sure I don't mess anything up. Arrow right there. Oh yeah, he's toast. Lungs, bubbles all over it. I tell you what, I find more things trailing deer. There's a scrape right here that's down below where I've been seeing bucks go through. I'm following steady blood, not anything great, but I mean, I'm gonna find him. I heard him crash. He made it further than I thought he did. Blood right there into this thicket. Oh, there he is right there. Awesome. Perfect. There you go. Perfect shot. All right, we got him. He probably only went about 70, 80 yards. Didn't really have a great blood trail, even though I made a perfect shot right through his lungs. So I don't know what that was about. Normally I don't get phenomenal blood trails of the broadheads I shoot, but normally they're better than that. It was enough to follow, like I was never on my hands and knees. But anyway, happy to get him. He's I don't know, he's like a little 4-point or something. He came in and gave me a 10-yard shot, 12-yard shot, and I just don't pass those up, not on public land, hanging hunts. I had a good buck probably 30 minutes before him, 40 yards behind me, but he didn't do what this guy did, probably because he's older and smarter. But I'm happy to get him. This is a cool one for me because earlier in the year, as y'all know, I did kind of a challenge and I took 3 deer with 3 different bows, and those bows meant something to me, people that I looked up to and thought were awesome. Fred Eichler, Fred Bear, and Paul Schaefer. And the challenge was over. I was going back to my longbow, and then unfortunately, unexpectedly, we lost Flip Pallet. Flip Pallet was just an awesome woodsman, sportsman. I'm also into fly fishing. Flip hosted Walker's K Chronicles for a long time. He was a traditional bow hunter. Did a lot of things with Yeti, and I just always admired him. To me, he was how outdoorsmen, a sportsman should act, how they should carry themselves. Anyway, we lost him, and we had a good mutual friend. I won't mention his name, but you know who you are, buddy. And he snagged one of Flip's arrows with permission and gave it to me. So it's been riding in my quiver. I was starting to think it was bad luck because I've been having a tough time, but it came together tonight, so pretty cool to have that in my quiver. And yeah, halfway through the season, that's 4 on the ground. So, well, 3 deer, 1 hog, so 4 if you count the hog. But we're gonna start working on him, get him in the backpack, and get out of here. Got a few more days to hunt, gonna go back to camp. All right, we are walking out. Got him packed up and quartered and in the backpack. Out of breath. We got about a mile left to go. We've already gone about a quarter of a mile. Tell you what, y'all can keep them big bucks. I don't want to pack them out. I'll keep shooting these little bucks. Now somebody had already asked me, man, it's November, why'd you shoot that little buck? I don't know what it is, but something about hitting anchor, full draw with the stick bow. If I get them at 15 yards. Sometimes I just can't control myself. I've passed up half a dozen bucks his size this year. But tonight, I wanted to let it eat, so we're going back to the truck. We'll get them on ice. We might even throw one of his tenderloins on the fire. So it's a good night.
Grubs and stripes up there headed.
The moon is so bright. But we are headed back in. We got another arrow added to the quiver. Shot that one last night, got him taken care of. Hung out in camp and got a good night's sleep. So we're slipping back in there. Probably, this is about a little bit over 1.5 miles. We're gonna sit till about 11:30, and then by that time it's gonna be in the 80s, and I'm just not gonna do an all-day sit in that kind of heat. So we'll get out, go do a couple things in camp, probably move Dad to a different spot, and then get back in for the evening hunt. So see y'all when we get in the tree. Alright, we're set up. Got in a little bit later than I wanted because I ran into a guy on the trail. And after a few minutes of walking together, we stopped and asked where each other was going. He's a long way away from me, but the area he's hunting, I would have had to go through and pass him up, and it would have probably messed up his spot. So I looped around, told him how I could loop around him, and it took me about 15-20 minutes longer, but that's fine. Not 20 minutes, probably 10 minutes. But anyway, so I'm set up now. I don't think I disturbed anything. It was a real bright full moon last night, so I think they're probably already in bed, gonna see some late day movement or what. But it's pretty green in here. Normally there's more leaves off the tree this time of year, but we've had a relatively warm fall, so I'm excited. This pinch point that I'm on is absolutely dynamite when it's good. Sometimes it's dead in here. But if the deer work in these loops, they're gonna come down these ridges. I've had some incredible hunts in here. Shot a really good 8-point in here a few years ago. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. absolutely hit that deer perfectly. And she went down in the bottom. I hung my bow up, and then I looked up, and she's standing up out there. Like nothing happened to her. And she just walked the way she came. I looked at the footage. I mean, I absolutely drilled her. I have no idea how that deer is still on its feet. Oh my word. It's about 8:45. I'm going to sit till 11. So my arrow has some looks to be long, and then some stomach matter. It's been about 2.5 hours. It's probably mid to high 70s. If it was cooler, I'd back out and come get her this evening, but I feel like we've given her right at enough time. I didn't hear her run a long ways. So, and we got a lot of coyotes. I'm gonna go ahead and slip up, see if I can find her. I wish it was cooler. I'm not crazy about how the arrow looked. There's good blood right here. This is where I watched her stand for the longest time. So I'm hoping she's gonna be dead right down in here. So this is why it's so important to just try to be in the moment and realize and remember what the deer are doing and where they're at and where they run. I've given it about 2.5 hours. I sat on the ground, reviewed the footage, and I think if you look back at it, one shoulder's far forward and the other one's pushed back as she was loading up. So what looks like would be a perfect double lung, because it's right behind the shoulder, is realistically liver. I think I might have clipped a lung too, but I shot her at 8:15. It's around 10:50 right now. I'm following enough blood that I think I'm gonna find her. If this would have been a buck, nerves make it the best, and you think you're good and you jump on the trail and bump him. So we're gonna keep following this blood. I'm sure we're gonna find her here soon. I just hope she laid down and passed. We'll see. Oh, there she is. Perfect. All right, so we got her. Happy to get her. She's a good sized doe. She probably went 200 yards or so. I just didn't rush her. I knew I'd given her a good amount of time, 2.5 hours. But our weather was starting to heat up, so I just didn't let myself go any further than last blood to kind of keep things slow. And blood trout ended up opening up the last 70 or 80 yards, but I do not believe I got any lungs. I think I got pretty much all liver, maybe a little bit of lung. I think she dropped that shoulder and leaned one forward, and it looked perfect, like I mentioned. But anyway, happy to get her. That's 5th on the ground for this year. Another one with the Primal Tech. So gonna start cleaning her up and get rolling. All right, we got her in the bag. We got a long hike out of here because we're already deep, and then she ran away from the truck. So let's get rolling. All right, we are headed back in, going back to the spot we shot the doe this morning. I left my stand up, and of course we've had a wind switch, so I got a little bit of a questionable wind, but we'll see how it goes. All set up. See if anything rolls through. Dad's already seen a couple deer. Hoping he gets to stick something tonight. They're on my doe. All right, we are packed out, headed back to the truck. All I saw was that one small buck way off in the distance, and then I had another deer come in right at dark. He kind of stayed in the thicket, but I tend to think it was a buck. It's the way it was acting. It's definitely by itself. But anyway, we pulled that set out of there. Gonna give it a rest. We might throw it another hunt before the season ends. But it's supposed to be a weird morning tomorrow. It's supposed to be like north winds until 8 o'clock, and then switch to south winds, and then go to west winds, all within a 4-hour window. So gonna need some luck tomorrow. But anyway, headed back to camp now. Cook up a meal. My cousin's coming up tonight, and hang out a little bit.
Morning, 44 in the morning. Stupid wind though, sucks. It's supposed. You didn't bring a jacket? Yeah, no, it's supposed to be like 42 with like a 10, 15 mile per hour wind in the morning. Yeah, for me.
drop you off, and I'll cross the creek and go hunt the other side. Finally got some cold weather, and we decided to sleep in. No, it's supposed to be, it was a north wind at like 7 a.m. And then it switched to an east wind by 8. And then it was supposed to be a south to southwest by 9. So it would have been pretty crazy. Dad's headed home today. He's not hunting for the rest of the weekend. So I took off, gonna do a couple things around camp, hunt this evening and tomorrow morning. So got to get deer meat moved over to different ice chests and stuff so he can make a run back home, do breakfast, just hang out. So anyway, it was nice to sleep in. Alright, we are headed out for the evening hunt. It's a little bit early, it's like 1:40 or so. But sleeping in this morning gave me a little bit of energy, so. Just gonna let y'all know, I don't think the weatherman has gotten the wind right one time this week. If he says southwest, you'll get northeast. If he says north, you'll get south. If he says west, you'll get east. Guess the front blowing in causing issues. If a deer comes in this, there ain't no way I'm gonna be able to shoot him. I'm just swaying back and forth. I don't think they're gonna move in this strong a wind gust anyway. Oh my. I probably should get down. Okay, so boring hunt, didn't see any deer. Right as I was lowering my bow, I lowered my bow to the ground, killed the GoPro. I heard pigs come down on the creek. So I skinnied down the tree and got on the ground. Got like 10 yards over there, realized I'd already packed in my GoPros and they were in my backpack, but they were passing. So I eased down into the creek and they had all got past me. And then I heard one more to the left side. I mean, it was getting pretty dark, but I could see a black silhouette. So I drew back, felt like I made a good shot. He took the arrow with him, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna pack up my stuff. It's a hog, so I'm not gonna give it hours. By the time I get packed up and over there, it'll be about 20 minutes or so. So just get over there, try to find my arrow, see what it looks like, see what it smells like, and go from there. That's awesome. Okay, so there's my arrow. I came down through here. I landed without falling. And I shot somewhere right through here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this arrow, I'm gonna throw it over the creek, because this is actually pretty slimy. It'll go up to my knees. Ask me how I know. Past experiences. I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna throw the arrow on the other side to mark where he was standing. Then I'm gonna loop around this creek, which is kind of on the way out, and drop back in here and see if I can get to him. It'll give him more time, and I don't want to get all nasty. So that sucker was somewhere. Boom. Man, that was perfect. Somewhere right in there. He ran up that way. All right, let's loop around. I got blood right there. Going up that, so cool. Blood right there. Oh, there's my arrow. Snapped it. Jerk. All right. Oh yeah. I think we got him. I think we'll get him. Good blood. Blood right there. Blood right there. Blood there. Not bleeding great, but I only found half my arrow, so might be clogging up some. Right there. Enough to follow. Right there. There. Opening up a little bit. Right there. Oh, there he is, right there. Cool. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Awesome. Okay, so that was a complete cluster. So I got the pig, as you saw, and snapped some pictures. And then out of my peripheral, I see this thing like glowing. And there's a dadgum cell camera literally right there taking pictures of me. So I felt awful because I'm just like dragging this bloody hog in front of this guy's camera. So I drag it off like 10 feet to get out of the view of the camera, just to be respectful. And I turn my light back on, and there's like 2 or 3 scrapes right there. Like this hog died right in the middle of this guy's scrape line. He's probably watching me at the truck or something. I felt awful. I skinned him out, grabbed his primaries, threw him in my backpack, and got the heck out of there. So sorry I didn't kind of finish up the interview. But I mean, what are the chances? Thousands and thousands of public land acres. I shoot a hog a mile back, and he dies in front of someone's cell camera on a scrape line. So, I don't know. Not too many guys running around with longbows, so maybe I'll get a picture on Facebook or something of me with the hog from somebody. But there's an armadillo. Anyway, we're headed back to the truck now. Them little 70-pound hogs are so much easier to carry out than deer.
That's gonna be dinner tonight. A little peanut butter crackers, Rice Krispie treat, and some Uncrustables. It's getting windy, the front's blowing in. Go hang out and camp with the other guys for a minute and get some sleep. I'm not cooking a big meal tonight.
Alright, so it's the last night. It's been a good trip. Supposed to get cold in the morning. It's supposed to be low 40s with like a 15-mile-per-hour wind. We got a lot of stuff to tear down tomorrow and get back at a decent time, so I'm gonna set the alarm, get up, and I'll probably go hunt one of the stands my dad hunted so I can take it down afterwards, so I don't have to go hunt somewhere, then go do that, and then come back and pack up camp. So it's got a good wind for it. So I'll just go slip in there, hunt that till about 10, and then pack that up and get camp tore down and head home, ready to see my girls. 2 deer, a hog, and tomorrow being the 4th day. So see if we can kill some in the morning. But about to crash out and see what tomorrow holds. All right, well, that's number 4. 4 in 4 days. Honestly, I didn't make a great shot on that. She was slightly quartered away. And I pulled off the shoulder, but I pulled a little too far back, but it was pretty quick. She ran 70 yards and passed, so got a little lucky on that one. When I saw the arrow hit, I was nervous, but I immediately saw signs that she was hurting, and I heard her crash right down there, so we're still gonna sit tight. It's 7 in the morning. We're gonna sit till at least 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's plenty cool, she'll be fine. I got 1 arrow and 1 broadhead left. Thank you, Lord. Beautiful morning, crisp, cool. Deer should be moving, but that's awesome. All right, it's 10:30. We just got down. We didn't see another deer. Probably because there's a dead deer laying right over there downwind. But it's 40s, but it's cold because it's windy. It's like a 20-mile-per-hour wind. So I got pretty chilly. Anyway,
Let's go get this deer. I see her laying right over there. It wasn't a great shot. I hit her back, but she went down pretty quick. I wanted to look at the blood trail just to see how it looked. All right, guys, there she be. She didn't go probably 60 yards or so, piled up right where I thought I heard her. Yearling doe. She's not a big doe, not a fawn, but a yearling. But I'm happy to get her. It don't get much more organic than that. Perfect. All in the frame pack. Again, shoot a doe. They're lighter. Get out of here. Alright, we are on the road. We got everything packed up, headed home. Got a lot of meat to process and things to unload when I get home. It was a great few days hunting, bringing home 3 deer and 1 hog. So we still got 6 or 7 weeks left of season, but there'll be some duck hunts mixed in there. Might go to South Texas with a buddy later this year. Go visit him and hunt. So anyway, thankful for it. Thankful to be a bow hunter. Thankful for public land. Thankful for my wife. That's the coolest and supports me with 2 kids at home. She knows I love it. So time to get back to work tomorrow.